plain HTML between UI controls, between the UI controls is best supported with the XML views. So that's why, so you can use XML views. But okay, so but HTML5 exports can go with HTML views. That's fine. And Java or JavaScript exports can go with JavaScript view, JS views. It's again like how the configurability level. Okay, so the general point is, let me put a table. I'm stopping the screen for 1 minute. Is anyone able to see my screen? Yes or no?
No.
I'm there. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me start sharing the screen. I hope you can see my screen. Right?
Yes, sir. Fine.
Guys, you there? You cannot see my screen?
Now we are able.
Okay, fine. So, okay, let's go back. So this is the general thumb rule. So the general thumb rule from the SAP. So code should be clean and mixed with plain HTML. Mixed with plain HTML between UI controls is best possible with the XML views. That's why if you see most of the examples from the SAP are with XML views. Okay, but HTML5, HTML exports can go with the HTML views. JavaScript guys can go with the JavaScript views. Now, I already told some of the tweaks, some of the hints. What are the hints? What are the hints? Okay, Java JSON view. I told you one point about the JSON view. What is that? If you take the JSON view, parsing is going to take very less time because it's a plain text, right? So if you look at the JSON view, performance is very high. Yes, excellent. Okay, these are the hints, but you need to talk about these all. Otherwise, it's not good. So if you see here, you are going with the JSON view. If you take the JSON view, the data is plain. Different views. Yeah, this one. Web content, and this one. So JSON view, yeah, look at this. So here data is plain. The UI components you are creating like a JSON format. So that means performance is very high. That means there is no parsing overhead here. Parsing overhead is very less. That's why performance is very high. But again, the performance, if you see, is difference in the milliseconds only. You may not see at high level, or end user cannot see at high level. End user cannot observe the difference. But still, if you want performance is a major matter, then it is your decision to go with the JSON view. So JSON view comes without any parsing overhead. Without any parsing overhead, hence it is fastest. Hence it is fastest. Okay. And we don't have much significance, but people generally do not use this one because the performance, whatever you see, that's very minor. Okay. Now let's go with the JavaScript view, JS view. When to use this? I already told about this one. So let's say you are developing a page. Assume that this is a page. What happened? Where is that? Yeah. Assume that you are creating a page. View is nothing but the page. That view is having more dynamic content. If that is the scenario, then go for the JavaScript. Okay, these are the hints. Okay, if view is having more dynamic nature, if view is having more dynamic nature, then go for the JavaScript view. Then what else? HTML. It's a simpler, straightforward. Okay, so if you want simple, straightforward way, then go for the HTML view. You can use easily. You can insert easily, or you can easily insert the custom HTML. So it's basically easy to use and easy to use. That's why we go with the HTML. So if you feel you want more easiness, then you can go for the HTML view. If you feel your page is having more dynamic content, then go for the JavaScript view. But the thumb rule is XML view. So I specified when to use what. Now it's your decision. But you can clearly say that from the SAP, there is no direction that, okay, you can use this. But they just define different scenarios. And you can also have one more small table for the differences. Maybe 4 differences. Okay, look at here. Oh, no. This is just to understand more, nothing more than that. So let me take 4 columns, 4 rows. 4 columns, 4 rows. And this is JavaScript view. And this is XML view. And this is JSON view. And the HTML view, if you want, you can have it. Or let me have with 5. Okay, so this is just my understanding. So I need to have 5 into 4. Yes. So this is JSON view. This is XML view. This is JSON view and HTML view. Okay. So the first point. Is flexibility. Let's talk about the flexibility. So if you consider flexibility, then JavaScript is very high. With the JavaScript, you will have more flexibility. So with XML, flexibility is medium because it's not that much of flexible. So that's what. If you take the JavaScript, it is a dynamic. You can do whatever you want. That's why flexibility is very high. So therefore, if anyone consider the flexibility, then in your project, flexibility is important, then go for the JavaScript view. That's what the meaning. Flexibility is medium, and if you go for the JSON view, flexibility is very low. HTML, again, it's a medium. So that's about the flexibility. So you have some factors defined now. So if anyone talks, hey, my project needs more flexibility, then which view you will be selecting? The JavaScript view. If anyone is talking about, hey, I need simple syntaxes. I need syntax is more. I need to concentrate the syntax while developing the programming. Then, if you consider the JavaScript, it's a very compact syntax. So syntax are very compact. What is the meaning of compact? What is the meaning of compact? Compact means complex. What is the meaning of compact? JavaScript syntax is compact. Compact means, if you look at the synonyms, it's not solid. That's what the meaning. It's not like complex. Packed in. That means the syntax is very solid, especially if you take about the data types, right? It handles very well. If you take the XML and all data types, that's not that much of compact. Compact means solid syntax. It's having solid syntax. If you want to handle the things, yes, you want to handle the things. But if you take the something else, then it's not that much of compact. So the XML is verbose. What is the meaning of verbose? Verbose. This is JSON is also compact. Syntax is very much solid. HTML, it's nothing. It's not having that much of compact, all these things. Okay. Now the question is recommendation or when to use. When to use or recommendation. What is the recommendation? When to use or recommendation. So when to use JavaScript? I already told. JavaScript view. When to use? For advanced views with dynamic nature. Dynamic nature. Advanced view with dynamic nature. So in bracket, if you want to add content added on the fly. So if you have a requirement to add the content on the fly or dynamically, then go for the JavaScript view. That's what the meaning. Then you will go for the XML view for mostly static forms with custom HTML or CSS. So you will be having mostly static text or static forms. So when to go for the JSON? Mostly static forms. This is also static forms without custom tags. Without custom HTML or CSS. That means if you are using the JavaScript view and all, so applying CSS and all is very difficult. And when to go for this? Okay, so easy to use for mostly static with it is also static with custom CSS, custom HTML or CSS, but it is more easy to use. That's it. So XML use best supported. So that's it. So these are recommendations are syntax accessibility. So therefore now you can decide which one you want. But please make sure I am spending this much of time because of the reason is this is the biggest question for most of them. When to use what? There is no clear direction. So what is the question? Let's go ahead and read the question. There is one question popped. Based on what you are saying, majority of companies using JavaScript, I don't think any company will go with a static way. No, that's what I'm trying to say. It's a requirement. Why are you thinking that, okay, there is no static pages? If you look at take any page, lonja.com. If you are thinking that way, then you can choose now, whatever you want. I don't mind, okay, if you think, okay, majority companies are not using dynamic content or majority people are going with the dynamic content, then do you think that is there any dynamic content here? Do you think is there any dynamic content here? I'm answering, I'm question to Keshav.
No.
That's it. There is no dynamic content. Why are you thinking that way? And putting dynamic content is not that much easy. If you are keep on putting the dynamic content, performance is worse. Performance is down if you are looking for the dynamic content all the times. That's what I have given clear direction. It's up to your wish. If your requirement is more dynamic, then go for the JavaScript view. That means, let's say you are bringing the elements on clicking on forward, these and all, then it's a dynamic. Okay, so the best suited is XML views because it is going to support clean structure with a plain HTML. Clean structure with a plain HTML is the recommended one, and that is the best suggested. Okay, if you want easy steps, then go for the HTML because HTML is most of the static and also supports the custom CSS. That means you can write your own CSS. JSON is not going to support custom CSS. That's why most of the people will not use JSON at all. Okay, so I can say that
even though we are using the dynamic one, we load only once and we display the content based on the user activity, right? We are not going to load, we are not going to go and grab the information each time.
One second. Significance. Don't have much significance. Yeah, now what is your question?
So even the JavaScript we are saying loading dynamically, but we load only once and then based on the user input, user action, we display the content. So it's still faster.
Where are you doing that? Let's say you are developing an input form. Let's say you are developing an input form. Where do you need the dynamic content? Let's say I am developing a online filling application. Where is the dynamic content?
Not filling, I mean when you are displaying to the user. So if you are reading from server side, you grab only once.
Hold on a second. Now, by listening all these things, which one you want to support? Tell me. Based on that, I will give some examples. Which one you are thinking best within the companies?
These days, I mean, what I observed so far is majority of the companies using JSON to grab the information to the client side.
No, that is JSON. That is different.
But
no,
JavaScript is the main these days coming more powerful than other things.
No, we are using the JavaScript. You are truly confusing with the JavaScript and JavaScript view. JSON and JSON view. Don't confuse. JSON is different, JSON view is different. JavaScript is different, JavaScript view is different.
Okay.
Using JavaScript view, you are creating the elements. Using JSON view, you are creating the elements. But if you see his actual Java JSON, so this is what actual JSON. I agree with your point. Most of them are returning the data in the form of JSON. This is what JSON. But JSON view means what? I am creating the elements with the JSON view. Don't mix up these two. JSON view is different. That's why in the explanation also, if you look at in the previous theory, I don't know how many people are reading. See, so explain JSON model. Okay, see, I have given explain JSON. JSON is this one. JSON view is you are able to create the page with the JSON type of coding. That's different. That is not required. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, don't mix up these two. Now coming to your point. So let's say with the UI5, what you are going to develop? You are going to develop some input forms. You are going to get the results and display it here. Is there any dynamic content there? I don't think so much dynamic content. See, dynamic content, that's what I'm trying to say. Most of the content in the page should be dynamic. But I don't think so most of the content you are going to get dynamically. Obviously, when you are looking most of the content dynamically, your performance is going to be down. If you take any page, I am talking about the page development with HTML, what you are doing, page development. How to get the HTML page data, that is JSON or XML, that is different altogether. That is a model. We are talking about the view. Please remember this. Keshav, whatever you are looking is model. Your JSON is a model. Your XML is a model. Now I am not talking about the models. I am talking about the views. XML view, JSON view, JavaScript view. Okay. Okay, so you there?
Got it.
1, 2, 3. Okay, thanks. So now, based on your requirement, please you choose whatever you want. But most of the companies will go with the XML or HTML. That's it. But you need to talk about on this more. When someone asks, minimum talk about this one 3 minutes. Then that shows the power of your programming or UI5. Okay, let's come back.
One more question.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is UI5, right? So is there any other framework like this supports multiple views?
From the SAP?
I mean, not SAP, from other things, as far as you know.
As far I know, I don't think so, because if you see AngularJS, it's supporting one kind of view only. See,
Yeah,
what is the meaning? So developing a page with 4 ways. You are developing a page, web page. In layman language, what is happening here? You are creating a web page with JavaScript coding, with JSON coding, with XML coding, with HTML coding. So that means they have provided 4 flavors. It's your wish which flavor you want to use. As per me, if you take AngularJS, it's not supporting. If you take Bootstrap, it is not supporting like that. We don't have much coding there.
Yeah, that's what I saw it, like other things not supporting this kind of flavors. So
that's why UI5 is powerful, okay?
maybe.
Fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. Continue.
Okay, thank you. So now let's see some of the steps, and this theory requires another 2-3 hours. And if at all you are interested, we can continue. Otherwise, we can directly jump to some other programs. I need one choice, 2 choices. One is from Venu, Dana, Srikant. One from Shashi, Sai, or whoever maybe. This theory requires another 3 hours. Do you want me to continue, or we can just skip this theory and go with the programs directly? Dana, Venu, Srikant. One answer from you guys. Quickly, please. Guys there?
You see the answer.
Chart.
Danu said continue with 3.
Okay. Okay, fine. So, Sureshi, Sai, Sunil. Okay, fine. So let's go with the other point. Let's say, so you have the controller, right? Go to the controller, and let's say, please look at this one. What I'm trying to say. I'm typing sap.ui, then press Control 1. Press Control 1. What happened? sap.ui dot, okay, then if you look at here, this is what the help you are getting. So if you look at here, if you want this method help, you can get it. So it's a Eclipse feature. There is nothing great. It is a Eclipse feature. There is nothing great, but I would like to show one more. Let me uncomment this. So if you want to see the help and all, this is how you can see. You can put comma here. SAP.UI.model. Let me put something. Model.json. So we have JSON model, right? JSON model, and it is something. Now place the cursor on this. I don't know whether I'm pressing correctly or not. Control function 1. No, control 1. Yeah, look at here. Look at here. So you'll be getting the documentation on this. So that means if you want to see some documentation or help, model, then control 1, display demo kit. If you look at here, click on this. So you are getting the help right side. Model is opens the documentation. If you go a little bit more, .json model, JSON model, then press control 1. It is going to display the help. And if you want some methods also, you can see JSON model dot get view control 1. So then you are getting the meaning of that. So get view is an external browser, something and all. So basically, if you want to see the demo kit, then you can see the demo kit here. If you press the control F1, for that method, what is the help document you will be getting? For that method or for that class, what is the help document you will be getting? So right now we are in the get view, right? Model.getView. So for that method, you will be getting the help document. Basically, it's not loading properly. That's my browser issue. Let me paste this link in the Firefox. Yeah, it's loaded. Now it's loaded. Go here. It's trying to load. See this one. No, it's not loaded quickly. Basically, it will go to the method directly. It's not going. That's the problem. Even though there is a path to go there, still it is not going. If you look at here, JSON model dot this and all there. Let's see if that works in the Firefox. If it is going to the root, that's how they have written the logic to pop the pages. I cannot do anything. It should go to that method directly. I don't think so. They have given the logic that way. So that's fine. So what I'm trying to say here is that if you want to link the documentation, demo kit, okay, how to link your Eclipse editor to the demo kit? If you want to link the demo kit, then press Control 1. Press Control 1. Okay, so press model, MODEL. It's very slow. MODEL. So then press Control 1. So it will take you to the demo kit. So that demo kit explains what are the methods, that, these and all. Okay, so that's all. So the question is how to link your Eclipse editor to the demo kit. So if you want to link to the demo kit, then what you do? Go to the code. Okay, type something SAP dot, then okay, press Control CTRL +1 and then click on display demo kit. So it will take you to the demo kit. That means it explains what are the methods, that, these and all. So that's the simple point. Okay, now let's see the other thing just now I shown you. So if you type space, control space, let's say what I want to know what is there in the JSON, control space, SAP.UI. What happened? SAP.UI. Control space. So you can see what are all available under SAP UI. So control space can give the help about what is there under UI. So if you type control space here, then it will show what is available under SAP. It will show what is there under SAP. This is simple, straightforward. So because we don't have much here, but just remember that control 1 under control space. Control space just give what are all there inside that. Control 1 will give what? It will give the demo bit. That means with the example, all these things. Okay. So that's about this one. Now next thing is that control in bracket note I am giving. What is the note? So these are the Eclipse features, nothing great. CTRL plus space. CTRL space gives what all there under that object, or under that what are all there under that. Okay, that's fine. Now, so I would like to talk something about the important one. Next thing is that loading all these things. The next thing is that let's talk about something on how to loading the information, all these things. So loading of the UI5 and all. So this is a 2 hours explanation. This is going to give maximum understanding about the UI5. Okay, explain. Initialization or UI5. Initialization. Initializing. Explain UI5 initialization and loading. Loading concepts. I am saying these are the concepts because of the reason is you will not have much. So that means what is happening when UI5 application is loading? What is happening when UI5 application is initializing? Those concepts we need to understand. Explain UI5 initialization and loading concepts. So it is going to take 1.5 hour concept, something like that, 1.5 hour to 2 hours. So the basic purpose of that one is something like this. So what is happening? What is happening when I am specifying like this? So are there any other options other than this? Okay. So what are all the different steps happens background when I specify this one? See. So we need to discuss all these things. The first thing is that we are specifying this. We are specifying the script, right, to load the UI5 runtime library. So this is what we are specifying. Only this is the mechanism or something else? Yes, we have something else also. Now we need to understand what happens if I specify this. What happens if I specify others? Like we have themes, right? Blue crystals, okay, gold reclusion, SAP MVI, HCB, something like that. Okay, the same way we can specify some other options also. Now we need to understand what happens if I specify this, what happens if I specify some other options. And we need to understand what is exactly happening when I specify this one. The background. Okay, so we also need to understand, so initialization. So that means when this application is initialized, what are all the steps done? So what is done first? What is done next? What is done next? Like that, there are 7 steps. Then we also have configurations, runtime configuration. How to do the runtime configurations? And there is an object called SAP. There is an object called SAP.global. We need to understand those objects also, and followed by some of the worsenings, all these things. Then this explanation completes. So this is going to take 1.5 hour time. So let's continue tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be taking 3 hours to 3.5 hours. Okay, so I'll continue this concept tomorrow. So this basically talks about what is happening background. So what is happening when we are doing the initialization? What is happening when we are doing the loading? What happens or how to load the libraries runtime? These are all the different questions. How to do the configurations at runtime? How to do programmatically? How to load programmatically the library? So if you look at here, so I specified the library here in the index.html. I specified the library. So this is the library. If I want to load the libraries dynamically, then how to do? All these things we need to understand. So this is going to take definitely 1.5 hour time. So let's see tomorrow. Okay, thank you. And tomorrow I would like to cover some more examples. Those are like one-way binding, two-way binding and all. So let's continue tomorrow, minimum 3 hours. Thank you, bye.